Hey guys, I want to introduce you. I want to introduce you to someone, or for some of you, you've never met him. For others, it's a reintroduction, but I asked my friend Ed Lewis to come from Hawaii to be with us here at Momentum. And so Ed flew in, but listen, you got to be quiet because he lost his voice.
Did I ever?
So he sounds like your grandma.
Yes.
But he's fine. He just lost his voice. Listen, the reason I wanted Ed to come in, I've got, hey, listen close. I have a few heroes in my life, and Ed Lewis is one of them. And nobody has taught me more about loving Christ, sharing my faith, leading in the local church than Ed has. He has been absolutely impactful in every aspect of my life. And one of the things he's doing now, he's still blazing that heroic trail for me because, Ed, tell everybody how old you are now.
I am going to be 78 on Monday.
He's going to be 78. All right? Now tell everybody, so you led Momentum for many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
And then I took over from you.
Absolutely.
And
you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And you were, most people your age would quote unquote retire. You moved to Hawaii and started a whole new ministry.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what that ministry is, what you're doing there.
I had no idea what I was going to be doing in the future. So as a result, I thought, I don't have a family, so I was trying to think of that. And so as a result of that, I moved to the island of Oahu outside of the Honolulu area. And I don't know if people know this or not, but that's #1 per capita in the United States for homelessness. There are just thousands of homeless people who live on the beaches and they can't afford housing. And so as a result of that, as a result of what was going on there, we ended up having a new ministry that we started. So as soon as I left CE, I came over to Hawaii, and now we have a group of, over 100 people that help us on a regular basis. And we have church services in a tent camp. It's like 250 people that live in tents. And in fact, let me tell you what happened last month. We actually had 7 couples that are all homeless live in tents. And I married all 7 of the couples on one Saturday we did it. And we got dresses for the women, and all the guys got dressed up. We gave them a night in Waikiki Hotel and all this kind of stuff. And it's like transformed their lives. And you'd never believe how much fun that is. Really good.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
And so at 78 years old, Ed started a church, started a homeless ministry, has hundreds of volunteers involved, and is affecting people with the gospel.
One of the things that really impacts my life is, I may have mentioned this before, but there's a verse of scripture, Psalm 71:18. It says this: even when I am old and gray, do not forsake me, O God, till I declare your power to the next generation and your might to all who are to come. One of the things that I want to do is give to the next generations. And I feel like the reason I'm allowed to live as long as I am and experience what I am is I have a responsibility to give to the younger generations. And I want to do whatever I can to make a difference for Christ until he calls me home. And I was also impacted by a guy by the name of Francis Chan. He wrote a book. I thought that was really cool. He said, sometimes what you end up doing, he said, you go through a race and he said, if you're going to really run in a marathon, as you get close to the finish line, you go faster. You don't go slower. And it's like so that you can go across the finish line and hear, well done, thou good and faithful servant. So don't just look at it for somebody who's young, but look at somebody as you get older that you should be more impactful in giving a difference. Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it. Well, Ed, I want you to teach us something, okay? So everybody listen up. There is a thing that we have used for years. It's a silly little thing, but we remember it. And this little acronym has probably affected tens of thousands of people's lives as we've learned to do it, and we call it FISH.
Yeah.
Okay? So I want you guys to learn FISH, and this is a way that you can start a gospel conversation with people. Remember what Willie said the other night? He said, if you can ask for a cup of water, you can start a gospel conversation. And so I want you to learn this real quick, and I want you to get this in your head that we're going to fish for people. So what does FISH stand for?
Well, it's an acrostic because you're dealing with, Jesus said, leave your nets and I'll teach you how to fish for people. So we use that. F stands for the word friendly. Say friendly. Say it again. Friendly. F, we need to be friendly. I is the word initiate because most of us are responders. We don't necessarily start the conversation. We respond to somebody. So say the word initiate. So F stands for, I stands for, S is this. You need to listen to people's stories. When I talk about story, everybody has a story. What's their background? What school are they involved in? What's their family life like? In fact, usually we would use God talk as we're doing this. By the way, say God talk. God talk is as you're talking to somebody else. Let me say this. Don't ever, ever, ever be ashamed of saying God or pray or church. Some people will say, I go to a private school. No, you don't. You go to a Christian school. Say it. Say what's going on, what in your life. So F is friendly, I initiate, and S is listen to their story. Say the word story. H is the word hope. Say the word hope. You're giving people hope. This is all pre-evangelism stuff, but I think that's one of the hardest things for us to do is to get into conversations with somebody. So all you have to do is be friendly, initiate a conversation, find out about the person, listen to their story, and keep using God talk as you're doing it, and then give them hope. And I'll tell you how you can give them hope, letting them know there is an answer. Jesus is the answer. And you can let them know that in the whole process that you can even pray for somebody and make a difference. Could we do it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Okay,
here we go.
Here's what it is. I would encourage you. I want you in a moment. Would you just stand to your feet right now? Stand, everybody stand up. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to use FISH, F-I-S-H. Be friendly, initiate, listen to people's stories, and give them hope. All the time you're using God talk. So find somebody you don't know at all and do it right now. Find somebody you do not know. You do not know. It could be guys, girls, anybody.
All right, let's say it together. Ready? What's the F stand for? What's the I stand for? What's the S stand for?
Story.
And what's the H stand for? So we're going to fish. We're going to fish and help people know the gospel of Christ. Can you say thank you to Ed? watch this video.